Grant, what's your number 10 when it comes to TV shows, sci-fi TV shows?
Well, let me do my honorable mention.
All right, go ahead.
My honorable mention is, and you don't have the graphics one. That's okay. It's Futurama.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Now this game,
It's funny.
it is pretty funny. But this show has been canceled numerous times, and it's been resurrected numerous times, and right now it's on Hulu.
Yeah.
The new Hulu stuff, it's okay. It's not like any of the classic stuff, but I enjoy it. Me and my wife watch it whenever we go. Like that's what we watch when we go to sleep. Is Futurama. So anyway, number 10 is Lost.
It's pretty good.
And I remember when that show came out. Dude, it was like what 1999, 2000, something like that, or 2000. It was like early 2000s or something like that. And everybody was like, how did they get? Well, they knew how they got there. We're like, who's on the island and all this other stuff. And it was like a big mystery and all this, back and forth. And like the fat guy who like won the lottery, and then next thing you know, he's on the island or whatever. He goes in the plane crash. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while, so I can't really. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen it.
What's the actress's name? She played the Wasp in Ant-Man and Wasp.
Oh,
that girl, so hot.
Yeah,
super beautiful. All right, Grant.
So hold on. Do you want to go back and forth? Or you just want to go? I do all 10, and you do all yours.
Yeah, go ahead. Do all your 10.
Okay. Number 9 is a more recent adaptation. Netflix, Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So, this was one of those shows. Like, I'm not like a huge sci-fi person. I like some sci-fi stuff, but I'm not like huge into it. As in, I watch everything sci-fi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure how I was going to feel about this. But after I started watching like the first couple episodes, I was locked in. Man, it was good. It's really good. And
I like the 80s feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
and I'm
awesome.
And dude, I'm locked into the new season's coming out or whatever, the final season. Yeah. So I'm ready for that.
Yeah, it's such a great show.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. You got anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Number 8, another recent-ish adaptation, The Mandalorian.
Oh, dude. I love The Mandalorian except for season 3.
Yeah. This is probably one of the best Star Wars that Disney has done. And there's some okay ones. But this is probably the best one that they've done.
Season 1 and 2 are so good.
Yeah, it's
good. I
don't
know what they did with season 3. They had Jack Black and Lizzo.
The planet was it President of Earth?
Why? Why do that? And the characters were stupid also.
Yeah, they just kind of.
Are we doing it for a favor or something? I mean, like, why have them? But yeah, season 3, dude, I didn't like it. 1 and 2 though were awesome.
And I'm sure there's people yelling at me like, "No, that's not good," and I'm, whatever.
No, season 1 and 2 were like, it kind of had that old Star Wars feel to
Star
it.
Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars. But it had that old Star Wars feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really good, man. I love the Mandalorian.
All right, here we go.
Hopefully if they bring, whatever they're going to do with it, hopefully season 4 is a lot better than what it was.
Here we go. Number 7, the original Doctor Who.
The original, 1963, huh?
1963 to 1989. Now, yeah. I remember, I was born in 84, but I remember the later seasons. They would always come on like syndicated, later at night, or like public broadcasting. But yeah, it was pretty cool, man. Like I thought it was a cool concept. Everything was cool about it. I would actually, now that I'm older, I'd actually like to go back and watch them from the beginning.
Yeah, Doctor Who was great. It's always been a long running, really good series. I even like I don't like the new one, but the one before that, I forget the guy's name, the actor's name, but man, that was really good.
Yeah.
But the new stuff it's kind of whack.
Yeah. No, I want to. Now that I'm older, I want to go back and rewatch the older ones.
Yeah, Doctor Who's great series.
All right, number 6, Battlestar Galactica.
There you go.
And of course, everybody's favorite character, Katie Sackhoff, More like Katie Jackoff.
Yeah, dude. Battlestar was really good.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It was good. It was a good show.
I never watched the old school one, but I
No,
did watch this. This was really
no.
good. I
Like I
think this
didn't.
one had like
I did.
5 seasons or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was an old one until it's until I got like halfway through this one. I didn't know there was an old
Yeah,
one.
but this was good. This was a really good show. All right, Grant, keep going.
Number 5. This I don't understand, and I really don't understand how it only got one season. It's
Can I
Firefly.
take a guess? Oh, okay. Yeah, Firefly.
It's Firefly. Now I don't, dude. How cool was this show?
Dude, like I remember when this season dropped, like when the first episode dropped. Such a great show, such a good premise. I mean, space piratey like a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminded me of like Cowboy Bebop, the animation,
Yeah,
with the twist, but more, I guess, realistic or real life stuff. Live action. But it gave me that Cowboy Bebop feeling when it first came out.
yeah, and I don't understand how. Like, I don't get why it only had one season. It was weird.
And it had a great cast. Like
Yeah.
everyone was casted perfectly. It mixed comedy, sci-fi, all that stuff, all that, cowboy stuff
Mm-hmm.
and mixed into it. And this was actually fan funded into make a movie called Serenity.
Yeah,
They were trying to bring it back, but then instead they just brought it back as a movie called Serenity, which I liked it too.
it was good, man.
But yeah, dude, this was like, if this was kept running, we'd be talking about this. Probably would at least had 8 seasons, 10 seasons, or
Yeah,
something
no,
like
it'd have
that.
been good.
We
Yeah,
would be talking about it as one of the greatest sci-fi shows of
yeah, it
all
was
time
good. It was good.
if they kept it.
Number 4, the original Twilight Zone.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna zero day. Doctor Who's my favorite. Yeah, dude, Doctor Who's great.
Yeah, it's good.
All right,
The original Twilight Zone. I remember being like, so I remember this show used to come on at like 10 o'clock on syndicated. Well, we didn't have satellite. We didn't have cable.
we didn't either.
Yeah. So you only had like 4 channels. This is back when you only had like 4 or 5 channels. But you remember the do 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 do, that used to scare the shit out of me. I was like, oh my God. But no, man, like I remember of course everybody remembers the iconic episode, the one where the guy who played Mickey from Rocky, Burgess Meredith,
Yep.
he was the banker who was like the book reader or whatever, and he was like I guess he got secluded from the rest of the world. It was just him and a bunch of books, and then like right before he can start reading books, he broke his glasses, so now he couldn't read. So he was just alone by himself, whatever. Had weird stuff like that, aliens, all this stuff, man. It was cool. It was good.
I think Jordan Peele tried to bring it back, but it wasn't really.
Yeah,
good.
nah, man. Like some stuff you just
Don't
should
get me
just
wrong, he's good at like writing some pretty
he
good
is,
movies.
he is, but there's just some
Twilight Zone
things.
wasn't that good.
Yeah,
The newest one.
some of the stuff. It's like this. Like some of the stuff is really good for the certain time periods, and like
Yeah.
it's just not able to be brought back. You know what I mean? Because you don't really
Yeah.
have people who would appreciate it now like you did then. You know what I mean?
That's true.
All right. Number 3, the X-Files.
Oh yeah, buddy. You had to have that. If you didn't have that, we'd have
right.
to have a discussion, buddy.
This was cool. This was a cool show, man. This was one of the longest running shows on Fox.
I mean,
I remember this.
You just make a case for it to be number 1, dude.
You
I mean,
could.
let's
I
be
mean,
real.
all 3 of my top 3. If you can put them in any order. It's just about these are just about what you prefer. These are my preferences. But no, Mulder and Scully. Oh yeah,
Yeah, great
good
show.
stuff. Yeah, it was good stuff, man.
All right.
All right, so number 2 and 1 could be interchanged if you would like. And this is probably the debates at the cons where they fight each other over who's the better captain.
Oh yeah.
Ed, who's your favorite captain? Is it Captain Kirk or Captain Picard?
It's Kirk, dude. I like both of them, but Kirk's the OG, man.
Okay, but number 2 is Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Picard.
Yeah, Picard, man.
Picard's good too.
Yeah,
What's the actor's name? God, what is his name? Professor X too.
Oh,
God, what is his name?
you wouldn't have said it. I'd have known.
I got to look it up. I
He
don't
was
know why I
knighted.
don't know this. Patrick Stewart, duh.
Sir Patrick Stewart. He was knighted. You get it right.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Nah, but no, the Next Generation. So, and of course, number one is the original Star Trek. That's the most iconic. That is probably the most iconic show. I mean, it's quoted. Everybody always. I'm talking about number one. I've already moved on to number one.
I know.
I'm gonna talk about both of them.
I'm changing the image, buddy.
I'm gonna talk about both of them.
All right.
Anyway, Spock, of course, everything's illogical. You know.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. So I mean, Leonard Nimoy, most iconic character. Captain
Shatner.
Kirk, William Shatner. I mean, everybody
memes, dude.
I mean, everybody quotes him the way he talks.
Yeah.
We don't have to go here, you know what I mean, or whatever.
Yep.
But it's not only is it the most iconic show, it's the most mimic show, the most copied show. You know what I mean? People still dress up as them and all this other stuff, man. The Next Generation was cooler because I liked Worf. I thought he was the coolest looking one.
Yeah.
I always thought whenever they brought out the batleth, like the battle thing, I thought that was cool, like the big sword thing, like the big hand sword. It's like the double, whatever it was, the Klingon batleth or whatever they call it.
It's funny you have that as number one. Is one of their movies is actually in my top 10.
Is it? That's good. Anyway, so those are my top 10 shows.
All right, that's pretty good, Grant. Pretty good.
So now you're doing the movies.
Doing top 10 sci-fi movies.
All right, here we go.
This is hard for me because I'm real big into sci-fi.
Number 10, Predator.
No. Not yet. Not yet, Grant.
Okay.
My number 10 is 2001 Space Odyssey, 1968. Okay. I mean, this is still to date one of the best. Let's see. I saw this when I was 4 years old, or maybe 5. I saw the movie. Yeah. Late 80s. I saw it for the first time. And I loved it, dude. It was so cool. Like the way the music, I think, is really what brought it out. Like the music and the scenes and stuff like that. The music was slapped. It slapped.
Did it slap, Ed?
It slapped, like the youngins say, slapped.
No, here we go. How do you do, fellow kids?
But yeah, dude, great music, everything about it. And at the time in 1968, the special effects were top of the chart.
Yeah,
now, of course, it's not now, but
I mean, you probably thought then, oh my God, I'll never get better than this.
Yeah. Yeah, even in the 80s, it was good. You know what I mean? That was like 20 years later. All right, Grant, my number 9 is the original Blade Runner.
Okay.
With 1982, Ridley Scott. And Blade Runner was just cool. It's another sci-fi back in the 80s. They were banging, dude.
They had some good stuff. Oh yeah.
But yeah, the 80s when it came to sci-fi was awesome. But this one was also the music and just the concept and the story. It was really cool. And it's easily top 10 for me. Number 8, Grant. This is going to be a little bit more modern. What I thought was a great movie, a sci-fi movie, was Interstellar.
Okay.
With Matthew McConaughey. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It's really good, dude. I just
like goes to Mars or whatever.
Yeah, I like the story, and then like kind of how they get stuck on one planet, and there's a time, shift, and it's like decades later.
He's trying to like grow plants and stuff, and they die and all that other shit.
Yeah. What?
You don't remember about? You don't remember he's like he tries to make.
You're talking about, dude. You're talking about. That's not no. That's
like
Mars or something like that.
Which one am I talking about?
That doesn't have Matthew McConaughey. Hell.
Which one am I thinking of? Which one?
You're talking about the one with what's his name? Ben Affleck's buddy. Oh God, what is his name?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Yeah, that's the one you're talking about.
Is that the one where
he grows potatoes and stuff like that?
And they die or whatever?
Yeah, they died. Sit your ass down.
What? Right. Then what?
No, just stop. I got you.
That's Interstellar. That's what.
That's not Interstellar. But this one was like, it just had a good story, I think, personally. But it was like a time shift, and his daughter ended up figuring it out. But he was like, he entered a black hole and was like messing with like time and stuff like that. Or it was basically about gravity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how gravity transfers his time and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Is it the one with Ben Affleck? I mean, with Matt Damon?
No.
Where he's on Mars?
Golly. All right, next number 7, Grant, is The Thing, 1982. Not the new
Okay.
one. The new one, no, no, thank you. But the original, The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing,
Okay.
when it was like a alien presence could absorb people and stuff like that and mimic them. It was really cool. Or at the time, it was really scary too. But it was messed up. Like when the thing would absorb like the dogs and then people, and then it'd come out like as a different creature
Yeah.
when it get exposed because it was like afraid of fire. The thing was messed up, and it was the setting was like in the middle of Antarctica. Have you seen the movie? You looking at me with like those
What about that?
eyes
What
like you
about
haven't
that?
seen
What
the
about that
movie.
movie with Matt Damon where he goes where he's trying to grow potatoes?
Have you seen the thing?
Yeah,
1980s,
man,
1980,
dude,
the
I can't
original
remember.
one.
I
Now
can't
you probably
remember.
saw a new one. Probably saw a new one. All right, here's another modern movie that I added to my list. Dunes, both Dunes, Dune 1 and 2. Recently
Doom
released
with
21
the
and
Rock.
24.
Is that what you said? Doom with the Rock.
No, I like the new Dunes, man. I like especially the second one towards the end there when he pretty much declares himself the God Emperor at the end. But great movies, great rehashes. I didn't like the original movie. No, that was garbage. Good books too. They get crazy. Those Dune books, like after the next movie is going to start getting crazy if they do one. The TV series though, Dune Prophecy is I don't know what they're doing there. It's not interesting at all. Travis Fimmel, the guy who played Vikings, he's about the only interesting character in the entire show. If they just switch to the revolving the show around him, it might start getting good. Let's
What
see.
number was that?
That was number 6.
Number 6, Doom with the Rock.
I didn't say Doom. That's a Dune.
Oh,
Okay. All right, Grant. Number 5. You already said this group. Here, let me pull this one up. Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan.
yeah, that's classic.
Here, let me pull it up. Star Trek 2. Here we go. All right, Star Trek 2. Grant. Fantastic movie. All right. A fantastic classic Star Trek movie. The first Star Trek, when they redid them, uh, the newest ones. The
With
first
Chris
one was really
Pine, like
good.
that
The,
one.
the first and second one were pretty good. I didn't like the third one, but yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, this is one of the best Star Trek films ever made, if the
yeah,
not
yeah.
the
No, it's
best.
good. Yeah, it's the most iconic one too.
Yeah, but great movie. And let's see, that was number 5.
What year did that come out? This is
That
like
one,
was
that
this like late 70s, early 80s?
yeah, something like that.
I mean, because they were
Maybe early 80s, late
because I
70s.
remember they went like on a roll with just like Star Trek
Oh, they
movies.
made a
Like,
ton of Star Treks back
yeah,
then. A ton. A lot of them were not that good, but this
there's
one
like
and a
Star
few others
Trek
were really
6,
good.
7, or whatever.
Yeah. All right, Grant. My number 4 is the OG Predator.
There we go. Why they put
Dude,
my picture up there?
was that?
Me and
Oh yeah.
me and Arnold.
Nah, man, dude, this movie is fantastic. Classic. Uh, I would say it's probably the still one of the best. I guess you can say horror at the same sci-fi horror movies
Yeah,
ever. Still today, I still think it's the best Predator movie made. Still, they made Prey. Prey was okay. It was pretty good. It was better than some of the recent Predator movies, but nothing's going to top this. As of yet, they have yet to top this in any new
and for people
Predator
who don't
movie.
know, this is where the GIF comes from, the handshake, where the black guy and the white guy clasp
No,
hands. Yeah, it is where you're like, Dylan, you son of a bitch.
I'm just messing with you. All right, yeah. So Predator number 4. All right, number 3, Grant. Let me add this in
Let
there.
me guess.
Go ahead and guess.
Total Recall.
Nope, that was the runner up though. It's
Okay.
runner up. It's runner up. Terminator 2, bro.
Oh yeah.
Another Schwarzenegger, back to back. This is another classic.
Still the best one, man. This is still
Yeah,
the best one.
yeah, it's still the best one, obviously. But yeah, great movie, great sci-fi movie. I saw this one in theaters with my dad and my brother. They
Like
brought me
I
some
got,
too.
but your dad probably had like a pistol in his. He probably had a gun on
Oh, he
you.
was packing, dude. He was from Mississippi in the 80s or maybe early
Oh
90s.
shit! If it was
Early
Mississippi in the early
90s,
'90s, oh
yeah,
yeah, you drinking whiskey in the movie
early
theater.
90s,
You're
yeah,
smoking cigars and drinking whiskey in the movie theaters there.
that's right. Alright. Okay, this was a kinda toss-up for me. I put 2 movies together in one. Okay. Alien and Aliens is my number 2.
Hmm.
Those alright, so I've said this before, but Ripley is still to date one of the greatest sci-fi characters of all time,
That's true.
and no one has yet to trump her.
Yeah.
She is actually, I will say, she is the greatest sci-fi character of all time. I mean, I'm
Oh,
just going to say she was a great
okay.
character.
Yeah.
But Aliens 1 and 2. Let me pull up this image. But man, these movies were great. Uh, but really, it's Sigourney Weaver that made the movies. Like she just did a phenomenal job, and it really, her portrayal of Ripley was just, I mean, like I said, the best out of any sci-fi movie. Still the best character, I think. But my number one,
Yeah. It's good.
this was obvious. The best sci-fi movie ever, in my opinion. Star Wars Empire Strikes Back.
There you go. I agree.
This is still to date the best sci-fi movie ever made. It was so good, dude.
Yeah.
I never saw these in theaters, but I
That's because you
remember
weren't born
going.
yet.
Yeah, I remember going to my grandmother's house, and they would have the Christmas specials. They would play these movies back to back, like all day. They'd have the Star Wars Christmas stuff, and I remember I could never finish it because the movies were so long, and I would have to like come back later, and I'd watch it like 3 times in a day, but I would never finish it until like the third time. But I finally got to finish it, and still today is my favorite movie of all time. Dude, the old
That's good.
RoboCop 0 Day, yeah, dude, they were great also.
Ah, man, there's just so like you. It's impossible to
It's
fit all the
too
good
hard
ones.
to do top 10. You can do so many ups, but it's so hard to do top 10 when there's so many great sci-fi
Like
movies
another.
that
I
you
mean,
could make a case for any of them to be in the top 10.
all right. I'm gonna say a movie, and you tell me where you put it. If you could take one movie out and put this movie in, where would you put it?
Go ahead.
Signs.
It wouldn't be in my top 10.
No.
It'd be probably my top. I could make a case for a top 25.
Signs was dude. That's
Mine
my
was really
favorite.
good at the time.
It was my
Uh,
favorite Shyamalan movie because it like because he always tried
it's
to
my favorite Shyamalan movie, period.
yeah, well, yeah, because in every movie he always tried to pull like the old switcheroo at the end or
Yeah.
whatever. Like this one wasn't like that. This was just like, you know, because at
Yeah.
first, you're like, oh, here we go. It's not really aliens. It's going to be something else,
Yeah. But dude, yeah, Signs and there's a few others I can think
Total
of.
Recall.
Total Recall was up there. That's easily top 20, top 10.
Probably put the original Terminator.
Yeah, original Terminator was good. I couldn't really put any.
Here's
It's
one.
not in my top 20, but Alien Romulus was actually pretty good. It was.
Here's one.
It's not like a best sci-fi movie, and personally, but it's still. It's finally kind of made a little bit return to form for Alien. A little bit return to form. Aliens Romulus.
Here's one right here. This is for the kids. Flight of the Navigator.
Oh yeah,
Do you remember Flight of the Navigator?
yeah, dude. What was that one? Oh, Zathura. You ever seen
Yep.
Zathura? It's kind of
Zathura.
like a space
Yeah.
Jumanji. That was actually
Yeah.
pretty good. That one actor was pretty funny in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me stop sharing this. All right. But yeah, dude, like
There's a ton. We should do like a top 10 80s
there's a
action
ton.
movie.
Action movie. I think next week it's top 10 asses.
Okay.
That was requested by
Hey.
Critical. Yes, 2 in a row.
That's fine.
All right,
That's
we'll
cool.
do that one too. Top 10 asses in video games.
All
We
right.
already just did. We did boobs.
That's right.
Might as well just keep going.
We'll go ahead. We got
All right,
it.
Grant, that's top 10.
We're an incel. That's what I say. You're an incel podcast.
Incel. Yeah, Incel podcast. Okay.
Hey, you asked for it. We'll do it.
Yep. All right, Grant.
Oh, also, hold on.
Come
Let's
on.
wrap it up.
What?
Again, if you got a top 10 for us, let us know. We'll do best or worst. It could be
Yeah.
top 10 worst video games, top 10 worst systems,
We've
whatever.
had a few top 10 worst we've done.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, Grant.